Okay, this is Algebra 1, test number 11. We got through inequalities, our study guide from test number 11. First, we're identifying multiple choice ones for the first couple. It says which number is a solution of the inequality. So it's saying B is greater than 11.3. 9 is not greater than it. Negative 14 isn't. Neither is 4. A is the only one that works. 15 is greater than 11.3. The second one says X is negative. You do not count the number 0, so both of these have colored in bubbles. They don't work. This one right here has an open bubble, which is correct, but it's showing all the positive numbers. That one doesn't work either. 2 is also A. X is at least negative 4.5. At least means count the number 4.5 and everything greater. So X is at least negative 4.5 is how that one would be written. At least is this symbol here, greater than or equal to. So we'd have a closed-in bubble, not an open one like this one. A closed-in bubble, need an open one like this one. This one's saying at least, remember the arrow points the same way. It's pointing this way, not this direction, so this one's wrong as well. C is the only one that works for 3. Then we're graphing these inequalities. Graph them all real simply. You don't have to get fancy with your graphs. Just make sure you show the necessary things. So we have 0 and 2 for the first one. We got 0 and 5 for the second one. And negative 3 and 0 for that one. Notice the difference between 6 compared to 4 and 5. It's a negative, so it's on the left side of 0. So D is less than 2. Open bubble. Less than is everything this way. X is less than or equal to 5. Less than or equal to colored in bubble. Less than, I went the wrong way. Colored in bubble. Less than points this direction. Remember, it goes the same way that it points. Number 6 says X is greater than or equal to negative 3. Greater than or equal to, again, color the bubble in, and the arrow points that way, greater than or equal to, everything going that direction. Number 7 says write inequality for the graph. What you have to identify what number it is. It's X and it's negative 8 is the number that they have circled here. It's not colored in, so it's not going to be or equal to. So it's either going to be greater than or it's going to be less than. The arrow is pointing this way as it's shading, so you're going to keep it that way as well. X is greater than negative 8. Number 8 says Tina can type at least 60 words per minute. There's that phrase at least again. At least means greater than or equal to. So Tina, T, or X, whatever you say, T is greater than or equal to 60 words per minute. There's your inequality. X is greater than or equal to 60, or T is greater than or equal to 60, whatever. Then draw your graph to mimic that. 0, 60 is going to be way over here on this side. Greater than or equal to means a colored in bubble. Greater than means everything this direction. Number 9 says write inequalities to model these situations. Thomas earned $44 or more. Or more means greater than or equal to. So X is greater than or equal to 44. Write them with the variable first, and it makes it easier for most people, especially when it comes time to graph it. A number exceeds 21. Here's exceeds is a little bit of a tricky number. People think that that means greater than or equal to. Think about if you or your parents got a speeding ticket. You get a ticket when you exceed the speed limit, which means if you're in a 45 miles an hour zone, if you're going 45 miles an hour, you don't get a ticket. That's allowable. That's acceptable. You have to exceed it, which means you need to go over it. So X, you have X and you have 21. If you exceed 21, you do not count that. You just mean greater than. So 21 would be okay. So if the speed limit was 21 miles an hour, and if you went 21, you'd be okay. If you went 22, you'd be eligible to receive a ticket. Number 11 says solving these equations. Now we have variables on both sides. Move the smaller x's over to the larger one. So get rid of plus 3 or positive 3x. Do the same here by subtracting it. Leaves you with 2x on the right minus 6 and with negative 4 on the left. Get rid of minus 6 on the right by adding it. Do the same thing to the left. Negative 4 plus 6 is positive 2 equals 2x. Then get rid of 2 times something by dividing 2 on both sides, and you get x equals 1. Combine all your like terms. 9D minus d is 8d, minus 2d is 6d. So when you combine all those, you get 6d minus 4 equals 3d. Move your smaller one over to your larger one, 3d smaller, so subtract it. Again, you can go either way with this. Subtract 3d on this side, and you have 3d minus 4 equals there's nothing left over there, so 0. Get rid of minus 4 by adding it. Do the same to this side. 3d equals 4, and then get d by itself by dividing by 3, and do the same here. D is 4 over 3. Number 13 says negative 6 equals x over 8 plus 4, or x divided by 8. So get rid of plus 4 by subtracting it. Do likewise on this side. Negative 6 minus 4 is negative 10. Add them up. Keep the common sign. Equals x over 8, or x divided by 8. Undo divide by 8 by multiplying. If you multiply to right, multiply to left. 8 times negative 10 is negative 80 equals x. 2 over 5x minus 4 equals 6. Get rid of minus 4 by adding it. Do the same to the right. 6 plus 4 is 10 equals 2 over 5x. 2 over 5 times x, you would undo that by dividing by 2 over 5. But remember, when you divide by a fraction, you multiply by its reciprocal. So to save yourself a step, multiply by the reciprocal 2 over 5, which is a fancy word that means flip it. Multiply by 5 over 2. Do the same to this side. Multiply it by 5 over 2. Everything's considered over 1. There you go. So you can cancel out 5 over 5 and 2 over 2. You can cross cancel the next set of fractions to multiply as well, because 2 goes into itself 1 time and it goes into 10 5 times, and you multiply straight across. 5 times 5 and get 25. 1 times 1, you would get the number 1. It's not necessary to show something over 1, so x equals 25. 15 says d equals negative 10 plus 13. Get rid of plus 13 by subtracting it. Do likewise on this side. 10 minus 13 is negative 3 equals negative d. That's the same thing as negative 1 times d. Undo that by dividing by negative 1. Do the same to the other side. A negative divided by negative is a positive, in this case 3d. D is equal to 3. 10 plus z over negative 3 is equal to 2. Undo over negative 3, or divided by negative 3 first by multiplying by negative 3. Do likewise to this side. Negative 3 times 2 is negative 6 equals 10 plus z. Get rid of positive 10 by subtracting it. When you subtract it from the left side as well, negative 16 equals z. 17 says 31 minus 1 plus 4g equals 38. 31 minus 1 is 30. Plus 4g equals 38. Move equals 38. Move 30 over to the other side by subtracting it, since it was positive. Do the same thing here. And 4g equals 8. Get rid of 4 times something by dividing by 4 on both sides. G equals 2. Distribute. 4 times y is 4y. 4 times negative 7 is minus 28 equals 4. Get rid of minus 28 by adding it. Do the same to the other side. 28 plus 4 is 32 equals 4y. Get rid of 4 times something by dividing by 4 on both sides. Y equals 8. 19 says 2p minus 11 equals negative 19. Undo minus 11. Do the same here. So it leaves you with negative 8 on that side equals 2p over 7. Get rid of divide by 7 by multiplying. Do the same here. Negative 8 times 7 is negative 56 equals 2p. And get rid of p2 times something by dividing by 2. P equals negative 56 divided by 2 is negative 28. Says find the value of y, still just solving for y. Combine your like terms. Negative 6y and positive 4y leaves you with negative 2y plus 14 equals 32. Get rid of plus 14 by subtracting it. Do likewise to the right side. Negative 2y equals 18. Undo negative 2 times something by dividing by negative 2. Do the same to the other side. Y equals 18 divided by negative 2. Positive divided by negative is going to be a negative 9. 21 says this copy center offers this discount. If you don't buy the discount, then they're 8 cents a page. So 0.08 times X. If you buy the discount, it costs you $7.50 plus 5 cents a page. So this is no discount. This is with the discount. When are they going to equal each other is the question that it asks. In order to find that out, get rid of plus 0.05x by subtracting 5 cents times x. Do the same thing here to balance it out. That leaves you with 3 cents times x equals $7.50. Then get rid of 0.03 times x by dividing by 3 cents. Do the same on this side. And x equals 250. Then we're solving these. Get rid of minus 2 by adding 2. Do the same here. K is 1. This says plus a negative 5. That's the same thing as minus 5 equals negative 8. Get rid of minus 5 by adding 5. Do the same to this side. Negative 8 plus 5, n equals negative 3. Think of a number line if you have to. You start at negative 8. Then you have to go plus 5 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're still at negative 3 here. And then the last one, 24, you can just simplify. Negative 16z minus 17z, same sign, add them up. 16 plus 17 is 33. Keep the common sign negative and keep the variable z, negative 33z.